There's that one Spider-Man quote that goes something along the lines, with great power comes great responsibility. And may I say, I have not used any of my power with any ounce of responsibility, in Stardew at least. When Concerned Ape hit publish on the 1.6 update, I fear he did not know what I had in store for the game, and for that I apologize. So I don't know if you could tell, but it's really no secret that I may perhaps love cats. You might have noticed it from my profile picture, banner, or if you were feeling a little adventurous, my channel description. Yeah, you can't exactly say I was subtle about it. And so naturally, one cat in-game is simply not enough for me. I need them all. And by all, yes, that means I'm gonna fill my entire farm with cats and their corresponding water bowls until my computer inevitably combusts from all the virtual cat hair. So the first order of business is securing my first cat. When you crash land into Pelican Town, not only are you broke, but you're catless. A fate worse than death, some would say. I started this by challenging my best speedrunner strategy, of which I failed spectacularly because I kept sleeping through all the days and no cat or Marnie was in sight. I guess you could argue that maybe I was just a little too good at my attempt to sleep through the days. But I found out I was missing an important detail. You need to have gained 1,000 gold before Marnie will grace you with her presence and a cat. Or dog, I guess, if you chose that option for some clearly illogical reason. With Marnie and my cat at my doorstep, I took the time to name my first cat because all the following cats would not be so lucky. I don't have time for that, and my brain certainly does not have the capacity to think of that many names either. With my cat secured, it's time to clean up this place. I'm specifically trying to fit as many pet bowls to match the number of cats I'm going to adopt because otherwise I think it would just be pure chaos. If you weren't aware, with the 1.6 update, once you reach 5 full hearts with your pet, Marnie treats this as a sign of your competence as a pet owner. As a reward, she'll let you adopt as many pets to your heart's content. You technically don't even need another pet bowl to adopt more furry friends, but you will pay the emotional price. They will cry and make their discomfort known, and I just can't stand for that. So you better believe I'm not giving the virtual pet authorities reasons to come inspect my farm, not on my watch. So of course, I started my efforts to get my farm all ready to house hundreds and hundreds of cats. Only, as you probably noticed, I did so way too prematurely. I had 0 hearts with my current cat, but I already had my future cats on my mind. Yikes, that does hurt. But no worries, I channeled the infinite power of the cats and became both speedier and healthier. Despite this obvious display of power, you can never be too powerful to learn, even if it is about geodes. But clearly, I was not too powerful enough to blast through the logs and rocks. I guess it's time for some manual labor. If only I had hundreds of cats to do these things for me. But I'm just getting ahead of myself again. And finally, with a clear farm, I can't lie, I'm having some doubts. I mean, that's a lot of room for pet bowls, and I'm pretty sure my clicker finger is going to pay the price for that. Now, with the farm somewhat out of the way, it's time to give my cat some love. Quite frankly, he will accept my love whether he likes it or not. I just choose to believe he will like it. You thought my bed placement when I was sleeping every day was efficient? Well then, you have another thing coming for you, because just look at my tent placement. It's a chef's kiss. Only 1 month in and I'm already halfway done befriending my cat. If only the villagers were this easy to befriend. And another month down and the full 5 hearts were mine. Or so I thought, because it looked like we had the full hearts, but it wasn't until the next day when I got the notification Mushu loved me. He needed to display one final act of dominance before he inevitably would get lost in the crowd of cats that will soon swarm my farm. And oh, would you look at that? I seem to have won the lottery. How crazy is that? So here's my farm with 5 more cats. Pretty pretty underwhelming if I say so myself, but we've got to start somewhere. I mean, you can't really appreciate when you make it all the way to the top if you never knew what the humble beginnings were like. With 10 more cats, I already feel like I'm gonna need a bigger house. I mean, with my tiny house, it kind of feels more like a cat hoarding operation than anything else. Okay, with 20 more cats, I'm definitely putting the crazy in crazy cat lady, and I'm not ashamed of it. I swear my life flashed right before my very eyes. I thought Concerned Ape had placed a limit to how many pebbles you could have because it wouldn't let me buy another one. Turns out I just ran out of hardwood. It was a close call, okay? I was starting to sweat. After that scare, I was able to add 30 more cats, and you can really feel the anticipation in the air. It's palpable. Even my own cat sensed it. Look, she had to supervise my operation to make sure all the building was up to code. And with these 30 more cats, they're starting to congeal together. I really just have one monster cat. I went ahead and added another 40 cats, and there's just so much farm left. I feel like I really haven't even scratched the surface. And yes, my cat did have to conduct another quality check. She had to make sure the 40 new additions made it home safely. She seemed to be satisfied, at least to me, but I do have a feeling she'd rather eat them than have them live in peace. But I think it's time to release them from my house just to get a better idea of what I'm working with here. And I guess I miscalculated how many cats to buy because I did have a few stragglers, but we're just gonna ignore them for the time being. This is just the beginning. I've got so much more farm to fill, and I am feeling optimistic. I don't feel or see any lag so far, but hopefully I'm not just jinxing myself. And I was quickly beginning to think releasing all these cats was a bad idea. I mean, look at this. The cats are in my way. But surprise, surprise, the cats actually move when you want to place them in a spot they're occupying, so crisis was quickly averted. However, I had another crisis to attend to. Marnie wasn't working. Marnie, I'm about to set you up for life. I think you'd want to be behind the counter. And oops, okay, that was totally my fault. I guess when you take the forces of nature into your hands and freeze time, Marnie doesn't like that because when I unfroze time, she came to her senses. And what a coincidence, I just so happened to win the lottery again. Maybe Marnie was really just jealous of all my lottery wins. Well, in that case, Marnie, you're literally getting all the winnings through my purchases. Well, you and Robin, so go take that up with her. And you know what? I've stared at these crusty, dusty underwear for far too long. They're mine now. I successfully managed to add 50 more cats, and yeah, that looks to be about 50 more cats, I would say. At a certain point, it's really hard to tell how many cats there are when they all blend together. It's kind of like when you tell your apartment you only have one cat, so you only have to pay for one cat, but you really have two. So when you have inspections or maintenance, you just shove them both together, so they'll appear as one cat. Feel free to use this one simple trick. Not that I'm speaking from experience. Okay, I'm starting to feel it now, Mr. Krabs, with 100 more cats. It might be 100 more cats, but that's around 255 cats, give or take, because I am known to misclick here or there. But please don't call the authorities on me, or now that I think of it, maybe you should, so that I won't have to place down another bowl in my life. Another 200 cats and a single dog. I am sad to report I made probably the biggest misclick of all. I accidentally adopted a dog, and I'm pretty sure there's no way to put him back up for adoption, so he's kind of just stuck with me now. I didn't want all my progress to go down the drain, so I headed to bed for a quick save, and it looks like I only have one straggler this time. I'm blaming that on the dog. And it is kind of giving kitten mill. I don't know if that's even really a thing or even an equivalent to a puppy mill. Cats do be out here reproducing like they're competing with with bunny birth rates. And fun fact of the day for you all, when a cat gets pregnant, it can actually get impregnated by several different males. Kind of terrifying if you think about it. But woo! In other news, I got about exactly 400 more pet bowls in, and my farm has finally reached max capacity. No more room at my farm. And yeah, my game is really paying the price here. The jump somewhere from around 500 to 900 cats was when my game said, hey, stop that. She really is fighting for her life out here. And look, the dog is all by himself. He must have a phobia of cats, and that truly is unfortunate for him. But before I can get any further, I need to save the game. I swear, if I lose all my progress now, I might just have an emotional breakdown. You don't know the pain I suffered to manually place all these bowls and then adopt the right amount of cats, of which I actually miscalculated. I needed 2 more. Surprise, surprise. So before I can really bask in the glory of all these cats, I need to pay Marnie one final visit. The final boss. Because the lag is actually insane, and I'm not sure I'll make it to Marnie's in one piece. I might get Thanos snapped in the process. My game gave me quite the fright. It was locking up, not responding, but trust me, the meows, they never ceased. I can't lie, I did contemplate not buying those last 2 cats. I was close enough after all, but no, I was close, but I hadn't completed buying all the cats. I will persevere. At this point, with those final 2 cats collected, I've just got to assume I am simply too powerful for this world. And I fear I may have too many cats on my farm. I never thought I would say that, but yeah, there is definitely a limit to how many cats a person should have in real life and in Stardew. With that, I'm gonna go before my computer absolutely burns to a crisp. Comment down below how many pet bowls exactly you think I placed down. Here's a fun little screenshot, so yes, you can go ahead and cheat the number you think it is, but have fun counting that. I sure didn't. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for similar videos in the future. Subscribe if you like. Bye!